Hi Pisces, this is your November reading. Here we go. So for November, body, mind, and soul. For Pisces, please. Body, mind, and soul messages for my darling friends, Pisces. What do we need to know? For Pisces, what do we need to know, please? Let's hear it. Uh-oh. Pisces, what's going on here? The Eight of Cups. I feel like there's some mourning going on, some sadness over a loss. Maybe some of you have lost your job, lost family members, lost friends, lost relationship. Something that you put a lot of effort, time, energy into. It was like a labor of love more than anything. You just poured yourself into whatever this is. What I'm looking at also is here, it's almost like this has been shipwrecked. Like this shipwrecked your idea. And this is on the material world, okay? So I don't think that this is just a hypothetical thing. It could be that it unraveled a bunch of things and everything fell apart. And that's a perception. I have the star here. Pisces with the star, this is about attaining what we believe we want. Like that which we hardly ever tell anybody we want. Like your deepest secret. Your most sacred thing that you really kind of don't share with a lot of people. I feel because it's nighttime, it's a little bit like you keep it to yourself. Maybe you did once upon a time share it with someone. But it's very bright. It always calls you back to this. If you always wanted to sing, if you always wanted to write, if you always wanted to be a cinematographer or a journalist or a child advocate or a lawyer, a doctor, a chef, anything that really has called you from long, long ago. This is something that you always look at in the middle of the night. When it gets really quiet, you reminisce, you think about it once again, okay? I don't feel like you've actually quite gotten this. You've gotten versions of it, but not quite this, all right? I feel like some of you might be interested, Pisces, in like sacred geometry, things of that nature, or maybe studying geometry in school, or maybe somehow geometry is going to help you along this path to attain what you want. Also, I feel like there might be a desire for travel involved to a far away land. I almost, for some reason, feel Africa right over here. Somebody just going to a place that they've never been before, but they have a deep longing to go, to be with the animals and nature and be themselves, okay? You can manifest this. This is on a real life level. I would say write down all your skills because you have what it takes. You have the desire. You have the ability to work towards it. You have the know-how. This is divinely given to you. And all you need to do, I feel like you're telling me, okay, I want to see how this is going to manifest. Pisces is like, show me. Show me how this is going to work. I have the tool set, but what do I do? It's like a doctor with their doctor gear. Back when they used to do house calls. And we kind of scroll back to that. I don't know. But in their doctor's bag, they have all the tools that they needed at the time, or at least a substantial amount of tools to be able to make these house calls. And you're like, well, I see the tools that I have. I have the fire. I have the passion. I have the way to, invest. I'm willing to invest myself, my time, money, emotion, and everything. And all of my skills are at the vibration of one because I'm not sure how to make them work together to manifest what it is that I really and truly want out of life. Okay, what's going to make me happy in this realm. So, there's a lot of blue, okay? A lot of blue in these cards. I think by nature they are that way. Look at the contrast here, but you're not saying a lot. You're keeping this to yourself. You're observing your arsenal. And I would suggest and recommend to you, write down all the things that you're passionate about, and then write down on another page all the things that you're good at, and I would say that when you're hard pressed to kind of see resources or what to do or whatnot, these can be a little template or a guide or simply a resource pool that you put together that is really handy when you're feeling all sorts of emotional about this, that, and the other. We can get in our heads or allow our emotions to blind us to what's really there. But if you make those lists, it's going to really help solidify things. Woo-wee! Look at you. I want to be a Pisces right now. Pisces, you have the Ten of Pentacles. This is all about stability, about money. And it's like you're, oh my gosh, you have really good money cards. It's like, I can make the money. I can make the money. You're saying, I need that stability. Almost like, I feel like this person is working by themselves. They could have had like an inheritance, a small inheritance to help them. That made them feel secure. This is why this cloak, they're cloaked in some form of like inheritance. It could be a family inheritance, like a psychic ability like what I have, an ability to just really make money out of nothing, whatever your gift is. Or it could be literally an inheritance, a financial inheritance that you received, or a home or whatever. But I feel like that makes you feel a lot more stable. That is going to earn you money and prosperity. There is growth to be had with the green behind here. I feel like you're a little bit afraid to step out of the box. And right back here, I see a little urn. This urn tells me that there's certain things that are like dead, dying, or done, okay? And this can mean like old jobs that just we really, for example, I just quit my job yesterday, in fact. I no longer have a job. This is my full-time job. And of course, I have my regular clients, but here we are. All of those things that I just lit a match to, and you put it in this urn and think, you know, I can carry it with me for a while. But this is the stuff that I've tried, I've done before. It got me as far as it got me, but I feel like you are in need of like something totally different, something that is more your vibration. This is yellow. This is your third chakra. This is talking about like who you really are as a person, okay? And I feel like you're holding quiet about this. You're not really talking, once again, to a lot of people about what you want to do, what you're trying to do, what you're trying to accomplish. Dear Pisces, I think you have, in some ways, this part is what brings out the noble parts of us. I see that white bird there. It's like the bird of peace. And it's a very noble cause, a very pure desire that you have. But it's almost like you're looking at it with longing, and you're almost protecting your heart chakra. It's like, I'm not talking about it. I long for this. I long for that to give me the stability. And I wish that, for example, I wish I could, you know, take care of animals and be a vet and do that. But there's no money to go to school, or I need to work full time and I can't really make that happen or manifest. Or I want to take Reiki classes and head in a holistic and healing kind of a vibe, but my family depends on me, and this is like what I need to do in order to really live my life and keep my family afloat. There's a lot of variables here. Of course, this is a collective reading for Pisces, and it's not going to fit everybody. So if it doesn't fit your storyline, it just doesn't, okay? I want you to look behind you. There is, back here, a little archway. There is some clear skies along with some clouds as well, which tells me that like not only you're not speaking the truth, not speaking up about what your truth is, you're holding it within yourself because your mind is a little bit cloudy on how to execute this in a practical, real world way. Whew. Anyways, Pisces. Now I have the King of Pentacles. This could be someone around you, or this could be you. This could be desire to be, oh gosh, come on. I don't know how to work this quite just yet. This could be a desire to be your own boss, to take your time before you invest in anything. This is about anything I touch turns to money. Maybe you know how to make money, how to make finances work, and you are really slow to kind of invest and do things, but you like the finer things in life. You are not frivolous with your money. You take your time before you spend it. It's well thought out before you execute, and you like the finer things in life. So when you do go out to dine, it's going to be like, I want a really nice, lobster and steak or whatever your thing is. It's not going to be, we go out to eat 5 nights a week kind of a vibe. This can stand for a mentor or a father as well, depending on your situation. Now, this person has a lot to offer you in the way of like how to manage your finances, how to make it grow. So if you have a person around you, listen to their method of how to make that money grow, how they did it for themselves, and you can actually apply it for yourself as well, okay? And I'm getting, with that, I'm getting the Four of Wands. There is definitely someone around you that can help you. I'm getting a ton of energy on my head that tells me that this is true, but I'm also getting pain in my left arm. So it could be really painful maybe to go to this person. Oh, I hate this lighting here. Go to this person and ask them for help maybe. Maybe it's painful, it's counterintuitive to you that you have to even ask this person. Maybe you feel like you can do it all by yourself, but they have some really good input. This is going to help you to fly. Look at that bird right by her hand. This is going to give you the stability on the 4 corners that you need to build and the way that you need to build. It is an ancient method. I see the pyramids back here. You might think it's antiquated. I probably pronounced a bunch of words wrong, but antiguo. I don't know how to say it in English, so in Spanish it would be antiguo. With this pyramid, it's an old way of doing things. Now here, I always see, not always, but to me it looks like a shell, like a seashell, and I think of like the shell of your ear. Okay, it has like those different layers, that vibe. So I feel like you want to set aside some time to really listen to your higher self, because it is speaking, giving you messages, okay? You could have ancestors even trying to come through and give you divine messages. That's going to help to give you that stability that you desperately want. The Four of Wands typically is, and this card, about just taking it easy and kind of taking a break in some ways. Laying a foundation, okay? Laying a foundation that's stable to you. But I see a lot of yellow in your cards, and yellow is all about the 3rd chakra. It's about who you authentically are. This is establishing a foundation based on who you really are in order to continue, I guess, a legacy, or leave a legacy behind and working towards a real foundation in the real world, okay? I feel like that you will get a lot of messages. Things will happen quickly. Be careful not to be too hasty. 8 months to 8 weeks can be significant to you, where you see movement, okay? If you actually open yourself up to what that other person has to say, you could see some positive movement forward, but there might be decisions that people want from you quickly, and you might be like, hey, slow down. Getting bombarded with text messages or emails of that nature. Now, in order for this to go well for you, a lot of changes need to happen. Don't make the decision to change everything all at once. That could be, that can cause you to backslide and kind of second guess yourself and doubt. There is a need to change things, but maybe if you change like 3 things at a time or 4 things at a time, or things that you're comfortable with the most, it is going to take time for the new to begin, for this skeleton to kind of shed all of those like rags that he has on him. He's got some shades going on. It could be that you're not really wanting to see that things have to fall away and die in order to regrow again. So it could be that, we want things a certain way. We think they should be done a certain way, but we have to recreate and reinvent ourselves. That is kind of where we are at, dear Pisces, in this crazy world that we're living in. So 1 more card for the body, then I have to move on. Okay, yeah. Meditate. You will get some great messages. You will get some movement. It'll look like you're not doing anything, but meditate deep down inside on who you really are, what you want, and what's going to cause growth, and that will help prompt you and compel you to move forward. Because with that, I have Pisces, the King of Wands. This is, I'm going to kick ass and take numbers later. This is, I'm headed towards, I'm moving towards, I'm doing this. And it's going to be really successful. You're going to be pretty fierce, okay? That's the way to move through this energy. Now let's address the mind. For November messages for my friend Pisces, please. Pisces messages. What's going on in their mind? What is going to be beneficial? What do they have to let go of? Thank you. What do we need to know for Pisces? And I'm picking up that jumper. Kid you not. Follow your intuition. Super important that you follow your intuition during the month of November. Listen, you're getting divine messages. It felt upright. It's going to feel like you're almost like rebirthing yourself. It sounds weird and creepy and odd, and I totally get that. But if you think about it, this almost looks like, okay, picture a baby being born. That's all I'm going to say, okay? It's like she's coming out and being born, all right? So I'm going to say that listening to your intuition is going to really help you to create like a rite of passage or a passage of time that is going to elevate you. This is all about elevating. This is about holding secrets and allowing them to come forth at the right time. I have the moon phases, a time factor once again is involved in this. And this is what's on your mind. You're like, how do I create? How do I manifest? How do I bring this in the forefront? And you do so by listening to your intuition. So periodically stop in and check in within yourself. It's at the right time. Do I, not yet? Okay, that's fine. So it's a very powerful card. I love the High Priestess. It's a vibration number 2, by the way. Number 2, I affiliate it with personal power. Having a lot of personal power. The next card up, I have the Temperance. It's going to be very important for you to balance your emotions, okay? There's a lot of yin and yang happening. Don't allow yourself to be emotionally persuaded one way or another with what you see with your eyes or what you're feeling with your emotions. And especially be balanced on what's going on in your mind. So if you need to go for a run or go for a jog or do jumping jacks or disengage, unplug and watch something totally different than you never would, in order to really reestablish balance, that's fine. Sometimes I unplug in weird ways. Sometimes I love anything forensic and watching stuff like that, but sometimes I have to unplug and watch something that is not necessarily my genre, but it's going to help me to reestablish myself to myself, whether it's for you guys like watching slapstick humor, which is definitely not my thing, but whatever it is for you, going out for a walk, listening to music, new music, going to, writing or going to the gym, anything like that is going to really help you dislodge from your mind and move forward. Because then I have the Knight of Swords. This is once again seeking clarity. I'm seeking clarity. How do I progress? He's got it's a compound bow and arrow. I've always wanted one. Yeah. We'll talk about that some other day. But you feel like you have the vision to be able to make things happen. I do feel like there's a little bit of a sneakiness, like you're going to try to kind of do things in your mind at a full speed to see what that looks like to you. Maybe you're testing things out. You want to just jump in on a vehicle and go. You want to leave this barren land. You don't know how it's going to happen. And it could be like, well, I'm just going to pack up my stuff and leave, like ghosting somebody. But this is what's going on in the mind. So you're headed towards what you really want. It could be that you're rehearsing what you're going to do before you allow other people to know what's going on in your mind. By the way, you have a deep desire that you want fulfilled. All this purple, I relate it to like the third chakra. I'm sorry, your my brain, your third eye. That's what I was trying to say, your third eye. And so I relate that to your third eye. And this is like, if you follow that, you have a direct link to that star, wishing upon a star that you desperately want, that you really haven't told a lot of people about. Now, I go back to this wish, not only that, but if I look here, to me, it looks like a wishbone, the kind that we dry out on Thanksgiving and we set it aside, and then later we make a wish with someone, we break it and see who wins the wish. But you have a divine cord that keeps calling you back over and over again. Follow whatever that is. I think that's really important, to follow what keeps calling you. It's calling you for a reason. And when you're following, and I'm getting a lot of energy on top of my head, when you're following, check in with the divine. You will know, Pisces, what's going to be right for you. And also you'll be in a position to defend yourself. Right now you're in a protective bubble, like nobody knows, and you're anticipating all these wands trying to like whack you and take you out of this like bubble. But this is like an incubation period as well. So be merciful with the time factor. Maybe it needs to marinate in your mind. Maybe you need to get things in order. I want to point out also, her third chakra is popping. This is all about like what you really desire, like being your authentic self, your truest self possible. You want to reconcile you to you in many ways. Maybe even you want a reunion, or you want a significant other if you don't have one. If you do have one, maybe you want that to deepen, but you want someone that shares the same emotions that you have towards something that you're very passionate about. Like if you're into doing yoga, or if you're into training people or teaching people, you want someone that has that same drive and thirst and desire to move forward in the same or similar areas, so that you can, I don't know, it's just doing things by yourself is fine, but having company is better, isn't it? I know I need to take that lesson to heart myself. There's a lot of blue there. Speaking your truth, a lot of green. Is going to be talking a lot about the heart chakra and warmth and enabling things to come through. Being able to exchange those, even from people that you never thought. It doesn't have to be romantic. You know, people that you never thought you would have a commonality with. This could be a desire so deep ingrained in you. And so different that you're wanting to find your tribe. And I feel like whether that's your tribe of one or your tribe of like a whole population thereof, you're desiring that connection. Okay. I have the Chariot. That's going to compel you to move forward once again. And here you are on the Chariot with your positive and negative polarities. The horses are going in one direction. Now, I want to tell you, please don't be too hasty. He's not even in the Chariot. He's like, F that, I'm on top and I'm in the driver's seat, but I'm all over the place. And whenever I have to, I don't even want these guys to slow down. I'm going to jump off because I know when is when. So we don't want to be going so fast because we're so excited or so passionate, or we think, you know, this is the right direction, that we're jumping off of the Chariot, and then we don't have a Chariot to get back into when it's time to kind of chill or get back in the Chariot and go somewhere else or do anything. We want to make sure that we're traveling in a way that makes sense. Okay, don't be too hasty. I feel like this person didn't even put shoes on. It's like, I don't even care what I have. I'll just leave the house with the clothes on my back, which is like a pair of flip-flops and a t-shirt, and I'm out the door. Okay, so I feel like you're in pursuit in your mind for the Lovers, and this is about, once again, that deep connection, having a connection that is just so deep that goes beyond anything that you've known before. This could be a choice between two people, okay? Now, I do see that there's a little smirk on his face. She's all about it, and he has a slight smirk. So it could be that one person is into this and the other person is not. And then once again, I see the compound bow echoed right on her shoulder. It could be that that's where you're aiming towards, targeting. But in the end, in your mind, I think that you are going to choose the Nine of Pentacles is to do you, be independent, whether you're partnered or separated or married or not. This is just being independent as a human, and then allowing other people to be independent as well. You could still be married and play the scenario out. Okay, a lot of green, a lot of growth there, a lot of happiness, joy, a lot of being unique. Maybe you have herbs that you're interested in growing, or anything like that. So that could be a thing for you. I see cooking, I see herbs, I see generally just happiness, getting back to what makes you happy inside. All right, for Pisces, thank you. I already got a jump card. And it's the same card from a different deck. I'm not even kidding you. This is what jumped. This is Nine of Pentacles. Again, same card as we just talked about. This card. That's my dog you hear playing. So, Pisces, thank you. Some more jumpers. Pisces, for the soul. What is good for Pisces soul? Thank you. What is going to help them grow, be their best, heal, thrive. All of those things for Pisces. And I got some jumpers, so I'm going to take them. Now, you may be feeling isolated. You don't know what's going on with your relationship, whether it's romantic or otherwise. This is actually a good thing. It's going to help you get to the nitty-gritty of who you are, to your core, what you want your life to look like, what you want your life to be. It's going to help you to ascend, walk up those stairs, and not feel like you're left out in the cold all the time. Because I have this, if you're single or in separation right now, this 9 of Pentacles, just thriving where you're at, being independent, having unusual hobbies, allowing people to come and go when you pick, not just when they want. But that period of isolation is just to get to know you better, more than anyone else, all right? It's going to give you clarity, because this Prince of Swords wants nothing but everything to be super clear. I want things clear, I want answers, and I want it now. This could be a little bit hasty. This could be a little bit of a harsh communication. I see rushing. You have had to battle many things. You are in a period of transformation. I see the butterflies here. Definitely take your time before you make any decisions. I feel like you have that mindset where I'm going to take my time. But that is causing, some unrest in your soul. There's unrest and settling in your heart and soul. And that's what needs to be put at rest. And I think that when you find yourself, your center, and that you're okay with that, you're like, you know what, I'm gonna learn how to play the electronic keyboard professionally. I mean, whatever that is. It might be something that's totally ridiculous and outlandish to other people, but that's really what you were made for. And that's what makes you, literally, your heart sing. So you're going to go after that. Make peace with that, because all the war really that's being waged is within your own heart. Find that temperance, okay? Know that there is a big alchemy happening with you and for you. And to you, I guess. And she's got 1 foot in the water. And this is about your intuition, and 1 foot on the ground behind. This is being grounded, not being swayed by my emotions. This is about an angelic being watching after you, like a guide or a guardian angel, somebody who's on the other side, who's passed. It could be a family member, somebody you knew or did not know, but somebody's definitely on your side watching after your welfare. A lot of times we have battles, dear Pisces, simply because we're not really going with what's in our hearts, and that causes all sorts of battles because we're trying to fit a mold everybody else cuts out for us. So I feel like you have 2 earth angels here, because the sleeves to me from this far look to me like little angels also on the earthly plane, kind of helping you. It could be children, it could be your peers, it could be anybody really. But know that when 2 glasses of different types of liquid combine into a 3rd glass, it creates an alchemy. So that's what you're experiencing right now, is going to be an alchemy. And that when you create that alchemy and you allow that to happen, that's going to heal your soul. It's the old way of you doing things and the new way of you doing things, and you're going to combine them to be your authentic self. I mean, frankly, whole reading boils down to you pursuing and being your authentic self, which I find it really fascinating. And with that, your final card is the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like male or female or gender fluid, doesn't make a difference. This is about you being centered, being grounded, being well off financially, abundant, whatever that looks like to you. But this is also that kids and animals love you and they come to you. Kids that typically don't like other people will come to you. Animals respond to you that hate everybody. This is about being secure in your own power, in your own ability to manifest the things that you want in life, and having an abundance to show for it. So that is what I have for you. I want to share really quick with you my red lava citrus candle. I lit this and I was lighting it and praying over it. And with that, I got a collective message, and it's actually an affirmation. So the affirmation is this: with this candle, light my path, light my way, bring abundance here to stay. And it's all about abundance, okay? It's all about saying your affirmations and affirming that abundance is here to stay. There's no scarcity in our thoughts anymore, dear Pisces. And with that, I just cracked open the deck and I have your wish card once again. So I think that's really, really encouraging, very cool. I hope that this resonated with you. And if you can please like, share, subscribe, comment also, because your comments help me to know if this is content that you're interested in, if you're kind of done with it, if you want something totally different. My intent is to be here every month from now on, as I did indeed quit my job yesterday. And this is what I am doing full time as of now. Yes, I'm taking a chance. So with that, I do private readings. I will list that all in the comments for you. Much love to you, Pisces, and namaste.